Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Healthy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yes, good to see you, Sparkle Bailey. Good to see you, Alexis.
Always good to see you guys. Always super excited about next week.
Ah, yeah, it's gonna be cool. Oh, okay. I see the church is on the move this morning. Oh, can't hear you. You took your thing off, but I can't hear you.
How about now?
Yep.
Oh, no wonder. I said happy Saturday. Yeah, I had a great workout this morning. My day is great because I said so.
Mm. Not much to say after that, huh?
You know?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's wonderful. That is awesome. How's the weather out there?
It's good. It drizzled a little bit, but for the workout, beautiful morning. And then I went to the grocery store. I came out, it was drizzling. Now it's not again. I'm like, it basically doesn't want me to get wet.
Man, that's it. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. That's right. Get to the point. Tell the truth.
Uh-huh.
Ah, yes, yes. Yeah. You got, what is it, outside or inside? I know when you do that, they do both, right?
Yeah. So our workout was inside, and then when we finished, she put on a bonus 800 meters with uh, a weight.
Yeah,
Just go run 800 meters with this weight on your back.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember it being both when I did it a couple times. That's why I asked. I remember it being both. Ah, okay. Hey, man, you're doing it.
Yeah, I've been inspired to just um research my new role. Like it's like my algorithm is changing to my new position,
Mm-hmm.
um, my new job. So it feels good. It feels right.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's awesome.
Hmm.
Man, hey, man, I'm telling you, there's nothing better than being you. Nothing better than being you, which is deciding, choosing, right, what your next experience is. And seeing that happen is good and very good. Right? It's the way that's right. Look at that. Ronette, how are you? Happy Saturday.
Good morning. I'm great. Thanks for asking, man. Happy Saturday to everybody.
Yes, it's good to
Yeah,
see
I'm
you.
doing some things.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good to see everybody, but
Okay.
Somebody,
you especially.
somebody just had a birthday. Somebody just had a birthday. Happy
Oh, happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm getting younger and younger.
There you go.
Period.
Oh man, happy birthday. That's wonderful. Wonderful.
Does anyone else hear echo?
I
Yes.
I did. I don't know where it came from. It wasn't here originally. I don't know what happened, but we'll figure it
That
out.
might have been from my car. Because it's running through my car. It might be that every time I'm on Zoom in the car on my iPad that happens. So I'll keep my microphone on.
It doesn't seem like it happened right then. Oh,
Right.
now is it? No. Oh, I guess we'll see. We'll figure it out. No worries. We'll figure it out.
Um, Lucky, I'm gonna spotlight you, but so I want you to then click on the top right to go to gallery. gallery
And go
view
together. Okay.
so you can see everyone.
Yes, I like it like that.
Feliz sábado.
Happy Saturday.
Rich Rising fam.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. Likewise.
Yep, everyone have a good week.
Excellent week. Excellent. Excellent.
There you go.
Gavin, since nobody else is sharing, Gavin hit a few home runs this week, and he's been training like crazy with the basketball team. He was invited to train with the basketball team, so he's just staying busy. He's on 2 teams right now for the summer, and he's just killing it right now. Cassidy is making her money. Cassidy is just like staying out of trouble. Thank God I have wonderful children. My children are perfect. My children are excellent. I'm a proud mom. My week was excellent.
Hey, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's wonderful. Well, tell them both I said hello and congratulations.
Absolutely.
Happy Saturday, everyone. Yep. Anybody have any questions or comments before we get started?
Yeah. So Coach Lucky, last night, good morning, by the way. Um, so last night was so interesting. I didn't get to bed until like 4:30, and I was up doing something like interesting. I'm starting my podcast this weekend, and so I was just getting my script together and stuff like that, and just really enjoying myself. No pressure, no stress or anything. And so I finally said, you know what, let me go to bed. And I went into bed, and it was like I got this attack of like just thinking bad thoughts about something that I had already, kind of resolved in my head around like my son and his wife and stuff like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, and so I'm saying, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Like, and I'm like, no, they're loving to me. Like things are perfect. They're different and all. And I mean, I couldn't shake that for the life of me. I ended up turning the TV on and eventually just I guess falling into like a comatose. Eventually just going to sleep. But I don't even, that was just interesting to me, and I couldn't. It felt like I wasn't none of the tools that I knew to use to come out of it were getting me out of it. And so.
Mhm. One of them also is once you know who you are, you just don't care. Meaning it's like, okay, well, I ain't got to argue with you because I'm the parent. I mean, when you have kids or students or young people and they ask you for something and you're like, no, and they're like, please, 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 or you say no, then they get attitude and go back and you be like, well, you'll get over it, right? Like, and either way you put it, there's sometimes the best thing is just like, you can say what you want, the answer still is what it is. Like, no, some things, or sometimes there's just moments where it's not about flipping it or it's not about trying to find something to combat it. Sometimes it's just standing on your square and be like, well, if you want to stand here, holler, scream, and do all the stuff you want to do, that's cool. But none of this matters until or unless I agree. And until or unless I agree, then all you're doing is wasting your time. If you want to waste your time, you go ahead, but I'm not going to let you waste mine. Meaning, it doesn't, nothing matters until you agree with it. The only thing we've ever had in our life is what we agreed to, whether it was in ignorance or in knowledge, right? We, for whatever reason, we accepted, we allowed, we acquiesced, we said, oh, well, or this is what everybody says, or what everybody believes, or this is, but the mere fact that it was introduced or it comes up doesn't mean anything. It's like somebody knocking on your door. Sometimes you choose to answer it. Sometimes you look out the window, be like, nah, I'm good. I just don't even feel like having that conversation today. I don't want to tell them no. I don't want to be, but I don't also want to get involved. Right. So sometimes it's just, okay, if this is what you want to do, cool, but I'm still not changing my mind. I still am what I am, or I said what I said, and that's just what it is. So sometimes, things that uh, don't want to die, hold on for dear life all at once. Sometimes it comes right back. Sometimes it comes back later on just to see if it still is what it is. Like kind of like I say, sometimes that old relationship, that old person calls and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Right? And you haven't heard from them in months. And you thought everything was done, resolved, cool, finished. And it is for all intents and purposes on your end. But on their end, they're like, man, I'm see if there's any action, motion left for me, because without that, there is nothing else. Otherwise, they wouldn't be coming back to you if they had something better or somewhere else better to go. So it just goes to show you that those thoughts need you. You don't need them. They need you to be alive. They need you to have any validity. And so when they come back up and you decide not to pay it any mind or not to give it your attention, it doesn't mean that they're not trying to get it. It just doesn't matter as long as you don't give it. Meaning, as long as you don't, you can give it by saying no, or by, flipping the thought if you want, or by just whatever. It doesn't matter how you handle it as long as you don't allow it to change what you said, or what your stance was before they called, so to speak, before they knocked on the door, rang the doorbell, or whatever else comes up. So it's the same thing all the time. It just comes up different ways, and based on how it comes up, we deal with it different ways. But the same thing is, whatever it is, whatever thoughts we have, whether we want to call them good or bad, right or wrong, need our I amness, need our consciousness to be created, to remain and to remain alive. And anytime we withdraw our attention from them, they don't like that, because that means death. So they will do everything they can to remain alive. So sometimes they'll go and come back. Sometimes they'll hold on for dear life all at once. Sometimes they'll go and come back later when you thought it was over. But the reason they come back is because they cannot, do not, will not exist without your attention and without your intention to give them your attention. So as long as you don't change your intention to not give them your attention, meaning just your acquiescence, your allowance, your acceptance, okay, maybe you're right, okay. No, you left Sodom and Gomorrah, and no matter how much noise is made behind you, you don't turn back. No matter how much they yell, scream, your building collapses, bombs dropping, you keep on stepping. Because when we ask to leave Sodom and Gomorrah, that state that we don't want, that state of experience that we don't want, the only thing God asked was just don't turn back. The only thing our awareness asks is just don't go back to it. Don't say, well, yeah, what do you think? Well, really? Well, tell me more. Or, well, maybe you're right. Well, yeah, I did kind of see that they didn't, or whatever the situation was that we left. That's the only thing our awareness asks is don't go back. That's it. Don't look back. Keep on going forward as you're going, right? So only thing is, as long as you don't agree with it or accept it, entertain it like, well, maybe you're right, then it coming up has nothing to do with you in that sense. Well, only thing it has to do with you is how you handle it, whatever it takes for you to not return back to that. Sometimes it's ignoring it, sometimes it's flipping it, sometimes it's putting your foot down, be like, man, you better get on. Whatever it is in that moment, it's almost like talking to your child when they're young. It's like some moments you say, get out my face. Some moments you're like, because I said so. Some moments you sit down and explain. Some moments but it doesn't mean in any of those moments that you change your mind. It just
Mm,
means you make, as long as let me say that. The only thing that matters is that you don't change your mind.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what you hear. It doesn't, because it's almost like, we've all grown up in relationships when we're 13, 14. Now we're all in different spots. 13 and 14, those relationships don't matter because we have the relationships we have now. So none of those things matter unless we start entertaining something from 13 and 14. It's like, well, wait a minute. Why would you do that now? We're in a different place. That's all that matters. Looking back and be like, oh, well, no, that's all that matters is don't change your mind. If you want to continue going in the direction you're going, them coming up, them calling you, yes, because you're the best thing they ever had. That awareness, that physical experience you had to that physical experience, that is life. It's not good or bad. It's just itself. And when you unplugged your awareness and your consciousness, when you said, I'm no longer going to do that, it doesn't like that because that means death and it doesn't like that. So it's going to do whatever it can to get you to turn around. That's just because everything needs your thought. Everything needs your permission to exist because you are I am. Right. So that's all that matters is not it coming back in whatever ways it tries is as long as you don't accept it or agree with it, as long as you don't go back, it doesn't matter what it says or things. Because if it did, it wouldn't need you. It wouldn't be bothering you if it were that, if it could exist without you. You're not bothering it because you don't need it. So it just lets you know how powerful you are. It's really an opportunity to be like, dang, you really do need me, don't you? Like
Mm,
stress really does need you. It needs you. You don't need it. Stress needs you. Anxiety needs you. I'm not saying that's what you're feeling. I'm just using examples that would,
yeah.
like stress needs you. Like anxiety, if you don't give stress your attention, stress doesn't have anything. It doesn't have any way to express itself.
That's so good.
It needs a vessel. It needs something to, and if you won't give it your attention, if you won't give it your battery, your interest, your attention, it can't exist. That's why it's always fighting for your attention, right? You don't care if Walter's in the house if you call him and he don't answer, do you?
Nope.
Right? I'm gonna say it this way, and you keep calling him until he answers, right? And the longer he takes to answer when you know he's there, you get upset, right? That's
That's
just
true.
natural humanity, right? Well, why do you think
Hmm.
stress feels the same way? Stress is like, man, I'm trying to get your attention. And it'll try to put pressure on you and pressure on you and pressure on you to answer, to go back and start negotiating and start explaining yourself and start saying, well, this is why I know. Sometimes you tell your kids, because I said no. Sit down, shut up, and that's it. Sometimes you get to that, right? We've all had our moments of humanity, right? I know us saints on here have never done that, right? But we've all had our moments of humanity where like, that's it. I'm done talking. That's what it is. Right. And sometimes our kids, it's not that they're bad people, but they don't have the responsibility for the outcome the way we do. So they don't see it the way we
Mm,
see it. So that's why they're disagreeing. It's not because they just against us. It's just from their level or their perspective, they don't have to calculate all the things we calculate. I tell kids this all the time. When you ask your parents something, you hear 2 words or 3 words, yes or no, generally. So you think that's all that went into it were 3 words or 3 letters. Do you know how many things they had to calculate to come to those 3 letters of yes or no? Where are you
come on.
going? When you going? What time you going? How long you going? Who's going to be there? How far is it for me? Do I got to drop you off? Do I got to pick you up? Does it cost me money? What time do I got to go to work in the morning? What time do you got to get? They're not thinking about anything but the party.
That's
They thinking
right.
about one thing and you're thinking about 800 things, and they think that they're going to arrive at the same answer that you're going to arrive at. When they got to think at one and you got to
Mm,
think at 800, right? So it's not that they're disrespectful and rebellious. They just don't know what they think their one is the same one you're thinking. Well, I'm only thinking about can I go or not? Well, they think that that's all you think. But they don't realize that 799 other things that you think that they aren't even aware of, much less thinking, right? So then how could we agree on certain things? We don't have the same level of responsibility. We don't have the same level of awareness. We're not operating on the same plane. So it's not disagreement or disrespect. It's just one has a misunderstanding of what actually goes into these 3 letters or these 2 letters of yes or no, right? So
ooh,
right? Stress needs you, anxiety needs you, but so does love, so does joy. All of those things need you. So everyone is fighting for your attention. Everyone, everything is fighting for your attention. Everything. The TV, social media, friends, society, the news, radio, family, everything is fighting for your attention. Because without your attention, they don't have you. Your body is not you. That's why, like I said, you could be yelling in the house, Walter, but he may not hear you. He may be somewhere too far away, but you know he's in the house, which is why you're speaking. right? But if he can't hear you, you keep going until he does. But his body is not enough. If you don't have his attention, you don't have him. You intuitively understand that. So that's why you keep hitting it. So that's why those thoughts keep coming, because they ain't got you yet and they know it. In my best English, they ain't got you yet and they know it. So they keep hammering you to see if you're going to turn around. They dropping, you run out of Sodom and Gomorrah. They dropping bombs. I see you, Dennis. They're dropping bombs. They're dropping, lightning bolts, anything they can get to turn you around.
Mm.
But God, you ask God to get free from Sodom and Gomorrah. You ask God, can I go? Where if I go? There I go. This or this or this or this, right? And then God says, okay, yes, you can get out. You can get free. I got a way for you out. Only thing, everything you ask God for 10 things. Can I get out? How am I going to get out? All the other things. God says, yeah, the 10 things. God asks you one thing. Just don't turn around. And how many of us can't do that? You ask God for 10 things. God asks you for one thing. God gives you 10 and we can't pull off one. Right? Our only goal is to leave Sodom and Gomorrah, which is what we wanted to leave anyway. Our only goal is to leave the thing and not turn back. That's it. When it comes, it came. We didn't. That's okay. But I'm not going back. I'm not going to talk to you about this. I'm not going to entertain it with you. We're not going to come in and discuss it. I'm not going to. No, that's it. Enough is enough. Sit down and shut up. Be quiet. That's it. And that's what you do with that thing. So when it comes up, you just, however you want to handle it in that moment, you use any option you want. But the whole thing is whatever it takes in that moment for you not to turn around, then that's what you use.
Thank you. That was so good.
Wonderful. All right, my man, Dennis.
What's going on, Coach Lucky?
Good to see you, bro. How you doing?
It's interesting that you said I literally just had a conversation like this actually with my granddaughter as their parents are bumping heads with their granddaughter. And one thing that I communicated with them, well, me and my wife was talking about, well, I had a conversation with her. I said, you're not looking at what's directly in front of you. Mm-hmm. Your parents are looking at the things that actually revolves around you. Mm-hmm. There are so much that involved in me giving you an answer is not as easy as you make it or the way it may seem. Mm-hmm. There's so much that is involved. As I was breaking it down, I said, you don't realize your father, the thing about when it comes to him working, the other thing of his wife, the thing about you, the thing about his sister, the thing about his brother, the other thing how you get food, clothing. I said, there's so much involved in giving you an answer. Mm-hmm. And right now, you're only thinking about what impacts you. Mm-hmm. He thinks about what impacts the family. So he's looking at it holistically and you're looking at it individually. Mm-hmm. So you have to learn how to give your father grace or learn how to have an engaging conversation where you building a relationship with each other, where you understand one another. Mm-hmm. So when you said that, it really took me back with the conversation I just had with my granddaughter, trying to help them develop a more healthy place and healthy relationship, understanding that when you have to understand the most important person in your life are those who actually have your best interests at heart. And when you can understand your parents have that, then you can build a more healthy relationship with them. So greatly appreciate you definitely dropping that knowledge on us on that one.
You're absolutely right. And guess what? That our awareness is like our parent and we're like the child, so to speak. And so our awareness is asking for the same, to your point, the same loyalty, love, respect, trust, belief that, hey, just because we as Lucky or Sarita or as Dennis or as Walter have this thing in our face that we're solely focused on, and we're asking our parent, to do something for us, and we wonder why it doesn't look the way we think it should look or feel the way we think it should feel. It's like, well, to your point, our awareness, our I amness, God, is looking at the situation holistically. It's looking at everything. And us as our human experience, as our humanity, we are only looking at this one narrow thing. Yes or no, can I go or can I not? And we try to make it like that's all it's about. And that's not all it's about, but we don't know that. So we wonder why we get upset or we fall out when something doesn't look the way we think it should or sound the way we think it should. And we're not looking, just like you said, holistically at something. But that is our humanity. We're almost like children in that sense. We don't, what to say, that's why I have ways and means that you know not of. My ways are higher than your ways. So it's the same thing when we pray, so to speak, when we're talking to that awareness in us, it is up to us to say, yes, this is what I want. This is from what I understand, from my perspective, this is what I need right now. This is what I want right now. So I'm coming to you to have you help me get this done. And then you hand it off. You cast all your care because your awareness, your parents, they care for you. And then you allow them to say, okay, this is the best way to get you this thing. right? Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no, in the sense of how it's brought to you, when it's brought to you, because it is, everything has to work. So I give you this car, but you don't know how to drive yet just because you, and boom, something this happened. Now I'm responsible for that, not you, not the person who did it. Your parents are responsible, right? Your awareness is responsible for not only what it gives you, but the outcome of giving it to you, right? As parents, we understand we are responsible for not only what we give our kids, but what happens or what they do with it. We're held responsible for that. We didn't get into a fight at school, but they calling us, right? I remember in high school, I hit this girl's car in the parking lot, and I didn't pay for that. I still to this day don't know how much it cost, right? Because my mom paid the insurance, right? So there's so many experiences, so many ways that we want to be independent, but not realize that somebody else has to be responsible for our independence, right? And there's only so much of that freedom that we can be given with the level of awareness that we have, right? And so that other part that we don't have, we have to trust, like you said, to the people who love you, to the awareness that loves you. Son, all that I have is yours. I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. So why would you think I wouldn't want you to have that thing or wouldn't want you to be or do that thing? But you're just thinking that because it didn't come this way or it didn't happen the way you thought. Yeah, but if you know what I know, you wouldn't want it the way you asked for it either. Right. So these are so your point is exactly well said, well taken. And it's just an opportunity for us to see ourselves as well in this moment and our relationship to our awareness, to our I amness, and to put that same trust in our I amness, on our awareness in God that we want our children or the people, whomever we're talking to put in us, to place in us, knowing and believing and trusting implicitly that we have their best interests at heart, right? Even though they have no idea what we take into consideration to say 3 letters yes or 2 letters no. Well said. Yes, sir. Suzanne,
Praise God. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Coach Lucky.
good morning.
Good morning. I came in on the kids' discussion and I was like, OMG, this is exactly what my kids would get upset about. Because I was like, listen here, God gave you to me. You understand? Me and your dad created the 3 of you by the grace of God. And at the end of the day, your protection, your survival, your safety, although it's not always on us, it is on us,
Mhm.
especially in this household, especially in society, if anything happens to you. So if they ever wanted to go anywhere, I was always like the 5 W's, the H, and then there was always 50 more questions after that. Who are you going? Where are you going? What are you going to do? What's going to be? What's the plan? Who's taking you? How are you getting home? Who's this? Who's that? And like their friends would be like, "Oh my gosh, we have to give you like a freaking biography just for you to go out with us."
Mhm.
And they're like, "Yeah, my mom's crazy like
Mhm.
that." And it was like it's intentional. And the
Mhm.
kids knew because we watched the stories. We saw how many 48 hours, 24 hours are so critical. Something happens to your kids.
Mhm.
I'm like, do you not understand that right now in this time and age, friends are being lured to bring other kids to get kidnapped and trafficked, and because they want to save themselves, they will hurt their friend. Do you not understand that there's so many things going on that you don't pay attention to, that you don't witness, that you don't observe, that you could care less?
Mhm.
And I've always told them, like, no matter what's going on, someone's always watching you. You got to be careful of your surroundings. You got to know who's there. You got to know who's for you. You got to know who's against you. And if something ever happened to you, because if they went out, I'm like, I want a picture. Where's my picture? I
Mhm.
want a picture of everybody in the group. I want a full head to body shot. You understand? Because if something happens to your kids and they get picked up, the first thing they're going to ask, well, what is your kid wearing? And most of the parents don't know. They have a picture from 5, 10 years ago. It's nothing of the true age progression that they do. And yes, my mind goes everywhere all at once.
Mhm.
But I'm like, no, no, no. My kids are wearing this. This is this person. This is this person. This is who they're going out with. Da, 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 da. You understand? I have the perfect bibliography if anything happened to them because they're under my watch.
Mhm.
And my kids learned a valuable tool. They didn't understand at the time. They thought it was a nuisance, mom being a mom,
Mhm.
because they're like, oh my God, my kids, my friends' parents don't ask any of these
Mhm.
questions and they could care less. I'm
Mhm.
like, well, God gave them to them, parents, and
Mhm.
God gave you to me. And in this household, we rule. So that's that.
Mhm.
And as much as upset as they were about it, they understood how important, like, mom, no one's going to kidnap us. And I'm like, yeah, no one's going to try because they already know I have all the evidence.
Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
Like, God gave me the wisdom and the knowledge to be able to infiltrate into your little circle to understand whoever you're surrounding yourself with, how much of them are going to be with you when stuff hits the fan. Are they going to be loyal? Are they going to be around you? Are they going to run? Are they going to sacrifice you? What's going to happen? And you have to teach your kids in different ways how they can be able to stand on their own. And although it may have been a nuisance of why you got to pay Russian roulette with like 220 questions just to go out with friends, but then there were some friends that they could never go out unless our children was there. You understand? Because they knew out of any parent, I was the one who was going to make sure the kids were safe, whether you were my kid or not. The minute you were with my kid, your kid belonged to me, and that was that. So it's important. And then if you look at it, God is that way. You are my kid. You are my child. God is protecting you like that 24/7, 365. He saved me from God knows how many deaths and accidents that I know of 150 that I stopped counting, you know, but God is always looking out for you. And that's the same way we need to be intentional, not only for us, but for our family members, for our friends, and wherever we go in life. Someone's watching. And are you doing what needs to be done to be protected? So I carry that with them, and they've carried it. And I've seen them with like who they talk with and who they associate with and where they go. I'm like, be you at all times. Listen to what I've said. I know you're going to listen to some and not do some, and that's perfectly fine. But be aware and be alert. Don't act flagrant. Don't act foul. Don't be disrespectful, especially in a situation that you know you have no control. You know, ask for me so I can come and help you to get out. By the grace of God, we'll clear it, but you need to fight and stay alive so that there's no issues. You know, it's dead men don't tell tales. Some can, some don't, most don't. You understand? So it's like, be smart and acute and aware enough to survive, to get the help that you need. Because some kids close up and they don't talk, they don't reveal, and then they get handed a death sentence. And you got to be careful of that. So it is so important, whether I'm not a grandparent yet, but you know, if it ever happens, my kids, if they said, if you ever have kids, we're making you raise the kids. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, be mad at mom, but obviously mom did something right.
Right.
Be mad at dad, but obviously dad did something right. You know, so that's all I wanted to say, but thank you. Praise God.
Absolutely. We all, as parents, have the same job, and we all are individuals, and we all do it our own ways, right? And so everyone's way is right to them. And as long as we are clear about what that way is to us to get our children from children to the adults that we are, and competently, capably, and confidently, to raise them to be that. However we do that as individuals, that's everyone's individual journey, and everyone is doing it the way it makes sense to them. We all have the same responsibility, but we all have to do it our own individual ways, right? So that is wonderful that everybody is, who has that responsibility is being responsible with it. So that's awesome. Wonderful. Sarita.
If I can come off mute. So one of the things, and I heard everyone talking about the kids. So I assume that we're talking about how things still show up, and how things. So in the tech world, it's called they have a term called garbage in, garbage out. People put things in and things come out. So you sent us a thing from Neville Goddard, and it clicked so vividly. Like, even though you have this now thought process about what it is that you want, when the things that show up that you don't want, you just say that's old data. That's the old data, the old garbage coming out, like that X, or like those things that show up that, all right, we've been there, done that. So all right, I know that this is the stuff that I thought before, and this was the worry, like with the kids, because I think we all have, as parents, if you are a parent, you have that sense of worry. But then it's like, all right, if you want to pray, don't worry. If you want to worry, don't pray. It's either you want to do one or the other. You take your precautions, and then you do the rest. But garbage in, garbage out, and it's like, all right, I'm going to declare a thing. And it's so crazy how the two still show up. Like the garbage shows up, but then the thing I declare, like the thing I declare shows up, and then sometimes somehow you'll see the little trickling traces of the s- stench of the old garbage showing up, and I'm like, okay, that's old data.
Mhm,
That's how I used to think.
mhm,
That's how my employee of a brain or child of a brain thought before.
mhm,
Now I'm more aware, so
mhm,
no thank you.
mhm,
Old data, move on. So
mhm,
that's all I wanted to say.
mhm. And we are, and that's why, like what you said and what Suzanne said and Dennis said, it's the good thing about it is we can apply this to other areas of life, right? Like we talk about garbage in, garbage out, or just making sure our children are aware, or making sure that this or that. Like these are things that we can do in other areas and in every area of life, living with a certain level of awareness based on understanding our responsibility to something, right? As a part of something or the head of something or whatever else it is. And then and communicating in the ways that we need to based on our part, based on what our part in this situation is. We're not always the only one involved in something, right? But we can't do other people's job. We can do our job. And so doing our job, what is our part? What is our role in this situation, in this dynamic? And based on that, then let me communicate from that space. Let me make sure I'm doing my job, right? What I am responsible for in this interaction, whether it's with one other person or a group of people or whatever else it is, right? Let me make sure I have my money for the part of the bill, right? For my part of the bill, right? So to speak. So no, absolutely. And that's the best part of what we're talking about is that, yeah, we're talking about in this moment, children and, whether we're parents or whether we're in charge of some kids for something else. Point being is that understanding what our role is, understanding what their role is, and understanding how to bridge the gap between those two things. Because everybody has different roles, and if that's not your role, you don't always understand the position that other people are in when it's not your role. You don't always understand that, right? So, yeah, so absolutely, absolutely. Yes, Auntie Shaky.
Okay, I just want to say this real quick. When I know you remember this, but when you came on to the morning meetup,
Uh,
and I was asking you, these questions like, so if something happened to like your loved one or your kid or something like that, like, are you saying that it's my fault? Are you saying, and that really like, oh my gosh, it sat with me for so long. And I was so irritated with you. Like when I say irritated, like I took it to the group chat and I was like, I can't believe he said that. What is he saying? And then you had Vero to send me this book. And I read this book and it all clicked and it made sense. And I started thinking about because my brother was killed, and I was like, man, was there something my parents could have done to prevent that? Like my mind started to go there, and I also know, like, kind of similarly to Suzanne, I only have one child, but when he walked out the door, I need to make sure I said like a prayer over him and his blessing. And if I didn't, then it was like, oh my God, I spent the whole day with this high level of anxiety that something was going to happen to him. And so, but that it was just that extra added level of stress. But when you sent me that book and when I read, like, all of the fears, the thing that I think the Bible says something about the thing that you fear the most has
Joe.
come upon you.
Yep.
And that's the reason why I don't watch the news. Like the things that Suzanne was just saying, like, wait, they do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know people still smoke cigarettes. I went to Las Vegas and I saw all these people smoking cigarettes. I didn't even know they smoke cigarettes. I don't go places where people smoke cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? So I live in a land where a lot of times it's just rainbows and unicorns, but that tends to help me with my peace and with my what it is that I expect for the outcome. I'm trying to formulate a question here for you, or maybe it is just really just is a comment. But listening to Suzanne, what it like, I felt her almost a fear and anxiety in there that came on me. And if we even just take it from the kids and we take it to what's happening in the economy, people get frightened, and you know what I'm saying? Like, well, this is happening, and you got to hurry up and get your money up, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like that same fear and anxiety can attach upon me, and I start using worldly wisdom versus using my power and my I amness that, no hurt, harm, or danger shall come nigh my dwelling. Like, period, because I said so. Not because I do this checklist of things, but just merely because I said so. And so I just wanted to share that. Maybe it's not a questionnaire, but I just wanted to share that.
No, it's perfect. It's going to go right into what we were talking about yesterday, because that's what we're going to talk about today. It's going to go right, both what you're talking about and what all of us are really talking about, because we're splitting. I'm going to say it this way for this second. We're splitting it between things. Our humanity and our divinity, our brain and our mind, our awareness of being. So, and those are, we use them for two different things almost. We use our brain like to count, to cross the street, to read something, to drink some water, we have different functions that are being used for different things. So sometimes we don't know which one is supposed to do which one. And so we try to use the one that we are accustomed to using the most for everything. And that's where a lot of times it gets us in trouble, because the thing that we're always eating, we're always thinking, we're always walking, we're always talking, and we use our brain for a lot of that. So then when something else happens that's beyond our wits end, right? Like, have you ever heard somebody say, "Oh, I'm at my wits end," right? Like, it's letting you know that you have reached the end of your intelligence, the end of your ability to articulate or convey. You have no more ideas, no more knowledge, no more information, but you still need something to get to where you want to go, right? And your awareness, your omniscience, that your I amness that knows everything is almost like the parent. So as a kid, you do as much as you can, but you realize, I don't have that much money. I got to talk to my mom or my dad. Or, yeah, I'd like to go out physically, but in order to get free, I got to talk to my mom or my dad. There are some things that you can do, but sometimes as a child, when you overstep that's when you get grounded. That's when you get in trouble. When you stay out past curfew, when you try to do some other things that you're not quite ready for. So we're going to actually talk about, it's perfect. What you said dovetails into what we are going to talk about today. And we're going to start it off. I'm going to start it off with the end. I'm going to start at the end. Normally, almost like a movie, sometimes it starts at the end and it goes back so you can see how someone got there. So we're going to start at the end today. So, Mr. Webster, we are going to start our thing today. And we are going to let's start off with wealth.
What is it to be independently wealthy?
Yes, sir.
It is to not depend on any external resources, but know that all that I can create and generate wealth from within.
Okay. What is health?
It is health that does not depend on internal resources, but I'm sorry. Let's think about it is health. Health is independently healthy is to create and generate health from within and not depend on any external resources.
What is safety?
Safety is created and generated from within and not to depend on any external resources.
What is success?
Success is to generate and create success from within and not depend on any external resources.
So would we all agree here that if we were to look at the old school God that we threw on the wall back in the day that we all grew up with, right? Something outside of us, somewhere, something, somehow in heaven, wherever you want to say it, just for the context of the conversation. Will we all agree that God is independent? Would we all say that is true?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we say, so remember, you're on the witness stand. So don't say yes and go, yes, 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 yes. And then when it hits you in the face, but no, you can't take the right way all the way up to the house and it be the wrong house. No, if it's the right way all the way, then you're going to lead up at the right thing. So just understand you're on the stand. All right. So we say God is independent. All right. I would agree that's true. All right. Would we say God is wealthy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if both of those are true and you put them together, that would mean what?
That I am wealthy and I am independent.
Okay, that you are wealthy and you are independent. So if you are wealthy and you're independent, your wealth then is dependent upon, what is your wealth dependent upon?
Me and what's within me.
Correct. And what else?
The creation that God is giving me to make it.
What's the difference?
It's the one.
There is no difference. So
Right.
then what else?
What do you mean, what else?
I'm asking you, what else?
What else?
Yeah.
Whatever I want, because God is within me and God and I are one.
Wonderful. What else?
I can create anything and everything.
Great. What else?
There is no limit.
What else? What's the point I'm making when I'm asking what else? What's the point that I'm making?
That there is no limit and I can only create what I truly desire and want.
That there is nothing else.
That there is nothing else. Because everything you mentioned, Suzanne, still remained in you. Everything you said was right, but all of it was you. It was only in you. That is what independence is. When we say God is independent, God's name is I am. That means I am independent. That means by nature, you're independent. Meaning you are independent of wealth, meaning you are one thing, wealth is another. You created wealth as an expression of yourself, not because you needed it. You created success as an expression of who you are, not because you needed it. So those things that we call wealth or health or happiness or whatever are natural expressions of the you, the self, you. But you are independent, meaning you existed before you created those things to express yourself. So if you created them, they are your creation. You are the owner and operator of them. That means you get to decide, just as much as you decided to create it, you get to decide how much of it you use to express yourself. So when you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you get to decide whether you take 2 scoops of peanut butter, 3, 1. It's your peanut butter. You bought it. You're about to eat it. This is a self-contained experience. You're not making that for anybody else. Nobody made it for you. Nobody bought it for you. Nobody put it on the bread for you. You are making this sandwich to express eating. Sandwich and sandwich. You're making it as an expression of yourself. So when I keep saying, what else, what else, what else? The point is everything that you mentioned is in you. That's what being independent is. Independent means you're not relying on anything external in order to express yourself. Because whatever you would be relying on externally, you created. So that external thing was not self-created. So therefore, it can't do anything. It cannot do anything to you or for you except what you do with it. Just like it could not create itself, it does not have any power to rule. It is what the ruler uses. It is what the king uses. It's what the queen uses. It's what him uses. It's what her uses. It's what I am uses as an expression of itself, not to be itself. God is independent. God is wealthy. God is independently wealthy. God's name is I am. I am independent. I am independently wealthy. It means my wealth is not dependent on anything or anyone outside of me. Outside of I am. I am is consciousness. First person present tense consciousness. I am awake. That means consciousness is awake. When you say I am awake, who are you talking about? Only yourself, right? So if you say I am wealthy, who are you talking about? Yourself, right? That means that's what you are aware of being. So your awareness is just like your awareness created wealth. Your awareness is now creating wealth in experience. How aware of yourself are you? And you are expressing that level of awareness in a thing called wealth, in a thing called health. You're using the things that you're attaching I am to. You're using that to the level of self-expression that you have. So let me give you an example. If you are in a room, let's just say you have a Super Bowl party, let's say. And so you have a bunch of people in your house. So think about all the things that are going on in your house. People are using cell phones, having conversations, watching TV. People are driving up to the house, driving away from the house. Look at all the things that are going on in that environment. Now, if you have a 6-month-old baby, how much of that environment do you think that baby is aware of? Like, think about that. Do you think it's aware of the car driving up or leaving? Do you think it's aware of the Super Bowl? Do you think it's aware of the concept of a TV? Do you think it's right? But all those things are still happening, right? So just think about that baby. The reason the baby, think why that baby's not aware of it. Well, because their level of awareness, their level of conscious maturity is not there yet, right? But all those things are still happening in the environment, still, right? So then those things are, so if the baby said to itself, I sure wish I could watch TV, isn't the TV on? So if it was aware to ask the question, the thing that it wants is already available, right? Creation is finished, right? All the things that we are wanting to do or be or have are in the environment already. It's not that they don't exist. They just don't exist to that level of awareness. If we are saying that I don't have the money or I can't afford it or I'm unhealthy, we are not saying that they don't exist. We are saying truly that we are not at the level of awareness where this thing that exists can become our experience. That baby can tell you, if you ask that 6-month-old baby, did you see Uncle so-and-so drive away? If they said no, you wouldn't think they were crazy, because you realize, well, how would they know that? They're only 6 months old. How would they know that? Right? But if you asked a 16-year-old who watched them drive away and said, well, I didn't see it anyway, you'd be like, man, what are you talking about? Right. So then both things are, in both scenarios, driving away is happening, but to a 6-month-old, it's not. But to a 16-year-old, it is. And if you were to deny it, then you suffer. If you were to acknowledge it, then it's true and you're free because you're going along with the truth. My point in saying all this to say is that everything is like the Super Bowl environment. Everything is already here. But we are only having the experiences that we're aware of. Our awareness built wealth, independence, consciousness, God, independence built a thing called wealth to express itself, but not to be dependent upon it, to express itself as independence. I don't need this to be me. I'm just using this to express myself. I don't need success to be me. I'm just using this to express myself. But because I know who I am, I made a thing called success because I am success. I am the state that I created. And now I'm using the state that I created to express myself in. I'm not using it to be me. I'm using it because I already am that. Right? You don't give a baby a knife, right? Because that's not going to work. As they get older, it works. So you're not giving them a knife to be them, but you're only giving them a knife according to who they've already shown you to be, right? You can only use things at the level of awareness that you are aware that they exist and that at the level you can perform with this thing. God is not withholding anything from you. You just can't see it at that level of awareness. You don't have to cover the baby's eyes, a 6-month-old's eyes from the TV. They're not watching it anyway. They're not even watching it. They're not aware of the Super Bowl, so that you don't have their attention, even though they're alive. We're all alive, but we're all experiencing money differently. But it's not because money is different. We're all experiencing money differently because we're all at different levels of awareness. About self-awareness first, and our self-awareness, the baby's self-awareness dictates whether they watch the Super Bowl or not, whether they know there's a Super Bowl or not. The Super Bowl is the Super Bowl, but to their level of awareness, it means nothing. But the Super Bowl they're watching the same Super Bowl that Suzanne will be watching. But they're not watching it really because they're 6 months old. But the TV's on for everybody, isn't it? Money is on for everybody. It's on for everybody. But some of us aren't old enough to watch it, aren't old enough to see it, aren't old enough to focus on it. We're not mature enough in our awareness to realize that it's sitting there right in front of you. The same TV that the 6-month-old ain't watching, everybody else is sitting around watching. Everybody came to the house to watch that TV. And the 6-month-old is the only one not watching it. So if the 6-month-old said, there ain't no TV in here, everybody would be like, what are you talking about? Right? Well, the TV is money. The TV is health. The Super Bowl is an experience. That's why they call it the Super Bowl experience. What do you think wealth is? An experience when you're having it. What do you think it's not? An experience of not having it. When you say I'm broke, you're having the experience of not having it. It's still an experience. Don't you feel it? When you're wealthy, right? When you're at the mall or at the car dealership and you can buy whatever you want, don't you feel the experience of like, yeah, I got it? They're both experiences, but you're experiencing one according to being aware and another one according to not being aware. It's not the absence of the thing. What you think is absence is just lack of awareness. Those are different things. We are deeming absence as it doesn't exist. So I got to go get it. I got to go chase it. I got to go find it. I got to go call people. I got to go chase people. I got to do all these things to get it. Well, that's natural and normal if that's where your awareness is. What else are you supposed to think? You're like the child arguing with your parents. You don't understand. How do I not understand? And I've been 16 and you've never been 43. Which one of us doesn't have an understanding here? Which one do you think that is? I've been you. You've never been me. I've been to high school. You've never been to a job 9 to 5. So if I've been where you've been, but you haven't been where I've been, how do you think you understand something better than I do generally? I would love to. I'll wait. I'd love to explain. I'd love to hear your intelligence in this moment. Right. So we're just not going to wait because we know it's just not going to work out. Well, it's the same thing, right? We have to understand that what we think doesn't exist just doesn't exist to you. It doesn't exist at a level of awareness in your mind. But that level of awareness in your mind is a reflection of your own self-awareness. Who do you think you are? What do you think you are? Where do you think you are? What do you think is happening here? Exactly. Right? We are not lacking anything. We are independently wealthy. We are independently healthy. We are independently successful. We are independent. We are these things. That's why this thing called success was created. Who do you think created it? Who do you think did that? So why are you then chasing the thing you created? What did Suzanne say? You are my children. I'm not about to sit around here and chase you. I'm in control here. So then you're going to do what I say. Well, if you have no problem telling your kids what to do, why do we have a problem telling your money what to do? Didn't you create both of those? Hey, man, look, Lincoln, Jackson, who else is on there? Oh, all the Franklin, all of them. Everybody come in here, have a seat. My mom, I tell you guys all the time. My mom, we grew up going to church every Sunday. So every Friday, all my friends were jockeying to come over. Everybody knew if you come over on Friday, you stay until Sunday going to church. My mom at the time was a single parent. It was 2 of us in high school, 2 late elementary, and about 4 of my high school friends, 4 or 5 of my brothers and I's high school friends, because my brother right under me was a year and a half under me. So it's one woman with and it's all boys. It's one woman with about 9 kids in a house for a weekend. Everybody knew Friday, do what you want. Saturday, have a good time. We all play in the backyard. Like Suzanne, my mom was not playing like, where are you going? What? No, you're not. Man, you better sit down. It was one person, smallest person in the house, shortest person in the house, swinging on everybody, telling everybody to sit down and be quiet, eat this or eat nothing, threatening everybody. She was one person. But on Sunday, it was like everybody. It was like The Exorcist. Everybody was convulsing. Everybody was raising from the dead, walking on the walls, doing everything you could to avoid church. Everybody, we all tried to avoid it. Everybody. But it was like, look, 8:45, be out there in the cherry red minivan, ready to go. Out in the driveway, 8:40. I still know the time right now. That's how I have PTSD. I've been traumatized. That's 8:45, right? I'm on Sunday. I'm like, it's 8:45. Who's out there? I'm still messed up over the situation, right? But it was like, this is the way it is. She knew who she was. And everybody knew who she was because she first knew who she was. Come over here if you want to, but Friday, Saturday, have a good time. Sunday, you know what it is. You know what it is. Now, if you want to sit behind me and talk and see this purse while I'm still looking at him, see this purse go around the back in the back of the chair and hit all you can get to the back. Go ahead if you want to. Try me if you want to. Try me if you want to. And this can go from Sunday after church to the buffet to Sunday in the backyard, cleaning up, mopping, and everything else. And yeah, all of you stand to do it too, but let you know. Wasn't no go home. No. Your friends that ate, they gonna clean up too. They gonna mop. So if you guys want to act a fool in church, we gonna go from the buffet where we were gonna go to the bathroom, the backyard, and everything else cleaning up. Try me if you want to. And guess what? House was full every weekend almost. They all wanted to come because my mom used to always say, like, kids actually like boundaries. But if you provide boundaries like punishment, they gonna hate that. Just like if you provide vegetables like punishment, they gonna hate that too. They hate the things that you frame in a way they should hate. You framed it like, well, I'm so sorry you can't go. Sorry you can't go. You want me to be sorry that I'm keeping you alive? You want to be sorry that you're not gonna get shot at this weekend? You're not sorry that I'm not going, that you're gonna get a job? Like, no, you can't fail this class. No, you can't go up here talking. My mom went to high school with my brother right under me, sat in the back of the class, and she did her worst to embarrass her. Went up there with her house coat on, slippers, rollers, remember the old pink rollers in her hair, sat behind him in class, right behind him in the chair. Oh yeah, for a week. Went to school with the dude for a week. I was like, oh yeah, you ain't gotta tell me. You ain't gotta, I'm not gonna make that mistake. I'm not. Hey man, how did it go? Shut up, man. You know you kid when you're young. Shut up, man. What you, mom? Yo, yeah. Hey, I told you. That's what you get. That's what you get. So yeah, but I'm saying all that to say, my mom talked to us a certain way because she knew who she was. Well, we talk to our kids because we know who we are. But we, like Suzanne said, we created our kids. Well, who do you think created money? Who do you think that was? I asked Suzanne, who else? Who else? She didn't mention anybody but herself. So then I'm asking you, who do you think is creating your success? Who do you think created the concept of success? And who do you think has access to success to express itself? If God has created success, then God is still the owner. Did God sell it? You think somebody bought it? Think somebody bought, hey, God is, man, you know what? I'm coming up short. I created this heaven and this earth. I think I done ran out. Let me see if I can get a loan. Yeah, who wants to buy success? Bezos, you want it? Yeah, you want it? Gates, you want it? No, God didn't sell success. So then if you created success, then who do you think has access to success to express itself? Who do you think that is? I asked Suzanne, I pressed her, and she didn't say anyone but herself. That's true. So then why don't we start telling the truth? The truth is we created success. We are independent of it, but we didn't create it to be us. We created it because of who we are as a way to express ourselves as we are. So we created it, and now we have access to it to express as much of ourselves through that as we want. We are independently wealthy. We are independently successful. We are independently happy. We are independently peaceful. We are independently safe. We are independently successful. We are independently secure. We don't need anything outside of us to make us that. Your door, the lock on your door at your house does not make you safe. It's an expression of safety. Who do you think made the door? It's an expression of safety. It doesn't make you safe. You know how many doors been kicked in? Anybody seen Cops? The TV show Cops? Bab, what you gonna do? You see how many doors that been kicked in on that show over the years? You closing the door is not gonna help. Just let you know. I just don't want to give you know. Just let you know. Close the door, then they're gonna come through the window. I mean, look, what did he say? What did Auntie Shaky say? That which I greatly feared has come upon me. If you are afraid, don't worry. There ain't enough locks. There ain't enough bolts. There ain't enough dead bolts, dead locks. This T-belt can't go that tight. It don't click that hard. No, whatever you're aware of being will express itself. There ain't nowhere to go and there's nowhere to hide. If you're aware of being unsuccessful, it doesn't matter how many people you call. It doesn't matter if you're aware of being unhealthy. It doesn't matter how many vitamins you take. I know people who are, you remember that show Monk? Anybody remember that show? Everybody seen that show Monk? I know people like that, and they're at the hospital or at the doctor once a week. And they are the cleanest people that I'm talking about. They're driving in the car by themselves with a mask on. Ain't nobody else even in the car, and they're driving with a mask on. I'm talking about when COVID came, I know people personally who had the mask on, had a regular mask on, then N95, and the visor. I'm not hating and I'm not clowning. I'm just saying, but they're still the sickest people I know. They might as well rent a room at the doctor's office. Hey, it's just get a standing appointment. Something's always wrong. Always wrong. But that's because that's what they're aware of being. You can't get away with it. You can't outwork your awareness. You can't do it. You can't finesse your awareness. Your I amness is you. It's not out there. It is you. That's why I kept pressing, Suzanne. It's you. You can't, in your right mind, say anything outside of yourself when you know better. You can't. Marco and I had this conversation, and I said to him, I said, one day, just everybody's coming to your own awareness in different ways. So what I'm getting ready to tell you, I'm not telling you to do, I'm just telling you how I came to it. One day I was sitting to myself, I grew up like everybody else, saying my grace over my food. Like everybody else. So one day I was sitting there, I was getting ready to say my grace over my food, and a thought came to my mind. What am I going to say in this 10 seconds that I either already don't believe or that's going to counteract what I believe for this other 23 hours and 50 seconds? So if I believe food can make me this, can make me that, or not going to make me this, or not going to make me that, if I'm afraid of what it may do, if I'm afraid of, if I'm trying to make it do something, what am I going to say in these 10 seconds that are going to really change that? What am I would, and that this is my own thought to myself. And I thought to myself, yeah, really nothing. So I stopped saying it. Not because I stopped, I just outgrew the concept of why I was saying it, is my point. Now, I haven't said it in so long, but now if I were to say it, it would be because I'm just taking a moment to reflect to myself, like, man, I'm sure glad I got something to eat. I'm sure glad I can eat whatever I want to eat. Like, to me, that would be my grace now. I'm not praying for this food to make me something because I already think what I think before I eat it. That's what the food is going to be, what I think. But it's not going to be what I think for 10 seconds. It's going to be what I think for the 23 hours and 50 seconds. That's what this food is going to do to me. It's not going to, it doesn't have its own idea. A banana is not self-created. It doesn't have its own idea. So it's going to act the way it was created. Well, then in this moment, who is the creator? I am. So what am I thinking of myself that this food is going to reflect in my body? Why do you think people have allergies? All allergies is a physical repulsion to something it is a physical repulsion to your awareness. So your awareness thinks it is this thing. This physical thing doesn't match with that thing. So it repels. It doesn't work. But that thing, bananas, strawberries, nuts, all these different things, everybody else can eat except you. So it's not a law. It's just your law. But it's the law of what? Awareness. Whatever I think I am, I am. And because of who I think I am, this thing doesn't work for me. And it's not a good or a bad. It's just telling you why it doesn't work. How can we all have the same bodies generally? How can some people can do this thing and your whole head swell up? And somebody sitting right next to you like, dang, that's too bad. These sure are good. It's just letting you know that you have a physical aversion to this thing because of who you're believing yourself to be. I'm not saying you have to, there's nothing, no shade on it. I'm just telling you why it happens. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just telling you that it's a physical repulsion to who you are in awareness. I believe myself to be that. This physical thing doesn't match that. When you believe yourself to be unsuccessful, there's nothing you can do to be. Because everything, your actions do not create. They only express your awareness of being. You're only acting out of your idea, right? Everything you do is because you're thinking something, right? Like if you go to the bathroom, if you drive your car, didn't you have to have a thought before you did it? Didn't you think about where you were going before you got in your car? So where you ended up physically, isn't that a reflection of where you thought you were going at some point? Whether that was 10 minutes ago or you changed your mind and now you thought it 2 seconds ago, you still had to think it before you got there. So then every physical thing in your life is a reflection of the way you're thinking. First about yourself, because you wouldn't even have that thought if you didn't think that way about yourself. You either wouldn't have it or entertain it. Right? You either wouldn't have the thought at all, or you wouldn't entertain that thought. You'd be like, well, that ain't me, so I wouldn't. Or if I did see this thing, I'd be like, okay. You go to a parking lot. Did you create other cars? Let's just say no. But does that mean Does that mean, don't you just pick the one that reflects you? Right? All the thoughts in the world, does that mean you created them all? No. But the ones you pick, the ones you entertain, the ones you've memorized, the ones you repeat, the ones that are deep in you. That's why I say, what am I going to say in this 10 seconds that's really going to change what I think about my health or about food? Nothing. Like I said, I'm not telling anybody, don't say that thing. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this food I'm about to receive for the nourishing my body. For Christ's sake, amen. I grew up saying that. I can say it right now, but I haven't said that thing in so long. I don't remember last time I said it. But it's not because it's not that I came to that in my own time. Everybody comes, just like parenting, just everybody comes to their place in their own time. So I'm not telling you to do what I do or you should or shouldn't do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just simply saying when you get to the truth, you start thinking about things differently. What am I going to say in this 10 seconds that's going to actually change what I think, my concept of health, my concept about self, my concept about what I think this food can do to me or do for me? What am I going to really, is 10 seconds going to do it? 20? Okay, give yourself a minute. That going to do it? Focus on the 23 minutes and 23 hours and 50 seconds or 23 hours and 30. Focus on that. And that will take care of everything. But we take a pit stop and we think this little thing is going to overcome everything else we think on a regular basis. We go to this call and for 2 hours we on fire. We close the thing. What you been thinking? What you think the rest of the day? When you see that bill, what you think the rest of the time? When somebody says something to you you don't like, what you do then? When you see something you don't like, what you do then? When you hear something you don't like, what you do then? What do you do for the rest of the time? This little 2 hours, that little 10 seconds worth of grace, we keep thinking we can overcome who we're being the majority of the time. You can't. Who you are is who you are. You can change who you're being, but you can't change who you are. You are I am. I am is who you are. You can change what you're being, meaning what you choose to express or how you choose to express yourself as I am, but you're always I am, even if it's I am not. If you say I can afford it, who said that? Who said that? I can afford it. I can afford it. Who said that?
I am.
If you say I can't afford that, who said that?
I am.
Is there a difference?
Nope.
No. So if you think food can make you sick, this gives me diarrhea, this makes my head hurt, this makes my back hurt, you think that little 10-second thing of grace is going to counteract that? That what you think? You walk around all day thinking it. All day thinking this is going to happen, this the economy, this going to happen, this can. Yes. You can't change who you are. You are I am, whether you like it or not. That's who you are. There is no other thing to be. Anybody know anybody else? You're I am. That's it. But I am, look at all of us. Can't we change what we express? Can't we choose what we express? I am, it said I'm Shaky. I am said I'm Walter. I am said I'm Monique. I am said I'm Marco. I am said I'm Garrett. I am said I'm Chris. I am said. So you can change what you express, but everything you express is still coming from the one source, I am. It's still all the power you're using to make your life up or mess it up is coming from the same power source. Same steering wheel to turn right and turn left, right? Same gas pedal to go the speed limit or over the speed limit, right? It's the one thing that's doing everything. So what are you doing with or as the one thing is the question. What are you doing with and as I am? I am is an independent operator, everybody. I am don't need wealth to be I am. I am created wealth. How can you create something? How can you need something that you created? Didn't you already have to be the thing that you created? So then you couldn't have needed the thing. You're only using the thing now as an expression of yourself. You're using it. You created for a reason, but the reason was not to be you. The reason is because you are you. So if you created wealth, that means you are wealth itself. So you didn't create wealth to be you. You created it to express you. You are naturally wealthy. Naturally. It's not something to achieve. It's not something to attain. It's not something to become. physically. It's something to remember mentally. Becoming physically is remembering in consciousness. Remember that you are I am and there is no other. I pressed Suzanne. She didn't have anybody else outside of her after a while. There ain't nowhere else to go. Let's let you guys know there's nowhere else to go. There's no bomb shelter. There's nowhere to hide. There's no 6 feet bunkers. There's nowhere to hide. That which I greatly feared has come upon me. That whatever you, according to your faith, be it unto you. It's the same thing. Whatever you are consistently be aware, your level of wealth is just the expression of your level of awareness of yourself. The more self-aware you are, the more you remember who you are, it makes sense to be wealthy. So the more of yourself that you remember you are, the more of this makes sense to you. It makes sense. You're like, well, I am that and I am. So yeah, that's mine. And the more you remember that is, I am that. Yeah, so all of it's actually mine. So then, right? So the more you remember yourself, the more you remember you have. And the more you remember you have, the more you start using. Why should I only use half the jar if the whole jar is mine? Why should I only make one sandwich when I got a whole loaf of bread? Why should I? Right? Yes, Auntie Shaky.
It's just so good. It's just so, it's just so rich. You know, I was thinking about when I was in middle school. Well, since I was born, I always had eczema, and it was so bad. I would be in middle school, and I would use the itching was so bad that I would use a hard brush that guys brush
Yeah.
their hair. And I would be like this on the back of my legs, in the middle of my thighs, like everywhere. It was just everywhere. It was awful. I would wear jeans, and on the back of my jeans, blood would be coming out of where the crease behind my knee or whatever, because I scratched so much, and that followed me into adulthood. And in my mind, I was thinking, you know what? I think I outgrew. A lot of times people say I outgrew that allergy, because eczema is nothing but an allergy. And you think you outgrew it, but as you're talking, it's like I always have been, I've always had this awareness, and I have the ability to change the awareness. And I remember the time of praying that this would go away, that or making up in my mind that I don't suffer from this anymore. And to this day, like, it just hit me just because you said that. To this day, I don't suffer with any eczema. I don't have allergies during allergy season or anything like that. But it's just the power of our awareness. And remember, I said something to you before, like I sometimes think that I have to keep saying it over and over and over again for it to happen. But I could have had this desire just one time. I could have said this desire in my mind just one time,
Mm-hmm.
and poof, be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Something I never thought that I would overcome. But then there's other things that I'm always constantly hammering. I need this. I need. I'm praying, and I never seem to get that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that, kind of set it and forget it type of situation that seems to always work in my favor. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You said something very important. We're always I am, which means it's not too late for anything. You're always I am. The thing that you're going to one day recognize, you already am. You already are. The thing that you're going to recognize 6 months from now, that you're going to because when we grew out of something, or when we grow into something, that we can't grow out of something or grow into something if the thing doesn't exist, if there's nowhere to go afterward, we already are everything. You are already everything you want to be, everything you're ever going to be, whether you want to call it good, bad, or other. You're already that. What you're experiencing is what you've already identified, what you've already become aware of in awareness. What you become aware of is what you're experiencing. You're not experiencing, oh, remember that 6-month-old baby? It's not aware of the Super Bowl. It's not aware of, Uncle Leon and Aunt Sheila leaving. It's not aware of everything that's going on in the environment, even though it is there. Everything is already here. Creation's finished. We just are not having the experience of certain things due to a lack of awareness, not a lack of existence, not a lack of it being present. And we are only in the things we do experience, we experience because of our awareness and to the level of our awareness. To the level of our awareness. So not only do we have the experience because of our awareness, but we experience things to the level of our awareness. That is why every time we're talking here, we are talking about awareness and about increasing our understanding of our awareness, because then we'll stop chasing and we'll start seeing. We'll start seeing. We'll start saying, our awareness, like you said, it'll go, and you'll write, oh, this thing been here the whole time. But you're, what do we say? That's why we always say you're new every second. You're new every second, every hour, every moment, every day. You're new. Your awareness is new. It's constantly renewing. It's constantly new. Every second is new. So you can define yourself or describe yourself in this second as something you could not or would not 10 seconds ago. Just like if eczema can leave, didn't you have a real experience before while it was there? So we're not talking about something, we're not talking about faith and heaven and hell. We're talking about a real physical. So if it were that real, if it were that this, well, then how did it leave? Why isn't it? You're the same name. You're the same. Well, because you said, you know what? You changed your mind. That's all prayer does. It's just changing your mind. You're choosing something different. You're saying, you know what? You're only praying to yourself. You're only talking to yourself. So you are deciding something. You're choosing, I want a different experience. You're deciding that this is it for me now. And look, you're independently healthy. You are independently, you've proven it to be true. And to your point, we prove our independence in different areas of life based on who we are as individuals. And the goal, the truth, is to prove that truth in every area of our life. That if you can get rid of eczema, you can get rid of debt. You can get rid of sickness. You can get rid of this. You can get rid of anything that you don't choose, because they're just experiences, but they're experiences you're having as a result of I am being aware of being something. And this is the expression it's using to show what you're aware of being. And when you choose to no longer be aware of that, then the expression can no longer change because you're no longer being that. You can get rid of anything and acquire anything. All things are acquired and eliminated by the same thing. I am. I am. I am not. We're acquiring and eliminating constantly. Constantly. People think acquiring and eliminating is physical. But even if that were true, what created the physical? I am. So then if acquiring and eliminating were physical and I am created the physical, then acquiring and eliminating first begins in with you. It's still consciousness before physicality. Sowing and reaping is a consciousness thing. People think it's a physical thing because most people attach it to ties, which are physical, but those aren't even physical. Those are consciousnesses. Those are states of consciousness. I am now believing myself to be one thing in my humanity. My divinity says we're this. I am willing to give up my human thought to attach it to my divine thought, to my I amness, my awareness of being, to become something. The windows of heaven then open up and pour me out a blessing I have not room enough to receive. Isn't that a blessing you have not room enough to receive? To not be scratching your leg with a brush? Would you think that you think that's not prosperity? You think that's not success, right? That you think that's not abundance? You think that's not exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ask or think? You didn't say you taking any medication. You didn't say you taking any shots. You didn't say, well, how can you be out there in that position and now you're in this position? Would you say you outgrew it? You changed your mind. No matter how you got to changing your mind, you did it. People call it luck. It can't be luck if it works every time. Steph Curry shoot half-court shots before every game at the Warriors game. Nobody even pays attention. He made so many, so now nobody even is even impressed anymore at the Warriors game. They're like, oh, he's out here just shooting his half court shots. Nobody even gets excited anymore. He's made so many. People stop calling it luck. Look, you're not even excited anymore. And yet, years ago, you were going through a completely different experience. It's not luck. It's just changing your mind, realizing that I am is everything. Let me walk through this real quick and I'll finish it up. Will you please pull up those slides? 1, 2, 3. We're going to go through them real quick because I want you guys to see something and then we'll finish it up with this. But I want to make sure. All right. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God, what is that an example of? One word. We already talked about it today. What is it?
Consciousness. Awareness.
Nope, the word, yeah, but the word of the day. What the word I'm impressing upon you? What we talked about yesterday in class, right? What is it? God is what?
Independent.
In the beginning, God means what?
By himself.
Meaning independent.
Independent.
Independent. In the beginning, God means independence. Independence creates. I am creates. In the beginning, God, independence. That is independently created the heavens and the earth. That is what? It's the same drill it's the same drill I did with Walter.
Yeah, the heavens and the air. It's the thing.
Is what? Independent. God is independently what?
The heavens and the air.
Being aware.
No. God is independently what?
Created.
Wealthy.
Wealthy, healthy, happy, safe, secure, successful. It is not reliant on any of the things that it created to be those things. It is that thing. God is not relying on the heavens and the earth that it created, but God is the creator of heavens and earth. God is not relying on wealth, but God is the creator of it. In the beginning, God, that is independence. That is independence. Do you see anything else? In the beginning, God, do you see anyone else? Do you see anywhere else? Do you see any helpers? Do you see a union? Do you see some kind of support group? Do you see any accountability partners? Do you see that? In the beginning, God, that is what? That is what?
Independence.
Independence. Everybody, in the beginning, God, that is what?
Independence.
Independence.
So that means you are independent. So now you are independent, created the heavens and the earth, creates wealth, health, happiness, success, safety, security, peace, and everything else that you're talking about. Independence does that. You do that. So the heavens and the earth that you create are an expression of your what? Independence.
Oh, that's good.
Of your independence. You existed before the heavens and the earth, so you do not need them to be you. They need you to be them. You do not need wealth to be you. So that's not why you're using it. You're using it because it's an expression of you. That's why you created it. You said, I am wealthy. So let me find something that shows, I can put that out there. Let me find a way to express myself. Let me introduce myself. How about that? Why don't we just put it in this way we can get it? Allow me to introduce myself. Yeah, I'm him. I'm her. Allow me to introduce myself. I was here before all the shit that you're chasing. Independence was here before all the stuff you're chasing. You are dependently chasing all the stuff you created as independence. You need to look in the mirror when you get off here and reintroduce yourself to yourself. Hey, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm the shit. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I just want you to know that. I am wealth. I'm her. I'm him. I just want you to know, maybe we've never met, but today we're going to meet. We will not go another minute off of this phone call before we meet. I'm it. Independence chasing like it's dependent. Well, how is that supposed to work? What do you think you're going to get? Nothing. What you got? Nothing. In the beginning, God, that is what?
Independence.
Independence.
Yes, speak up. Let's go. Speak up. Let's go. In the beginning, God is what?
Independent.
Independence.
And God's name is what?
I
am.
So I am is what?
Independent.
So you are what?
Independent.
So don't act like a dependent. Don't be dependent. Don't become dependent. Don't be something you're not. You're never going to win. You're never going to win. You're going against your own nature. It's like summer coming, you trying to put ice on the sun. You throwing ice cube to the sun. Let's just see if we can cool it down. You're fighting against the seasons. You're fighting against nature. You're fighting against what's natural. You're fighting against yourself. How's it supposed to feel? Tired anybody? Stressed out anybody? Anxious anybody? Nervous anybody? Broke anybody? Sick anybody? You're fighting your own nature. In the beginning, God is what?
Independent.
Independent.
You are what?
Independent.
What does independent mean?
I am.
Yes, but what does that mean?
I don't need anything external.
I get nothing from externally.
Correct. Why not? Why not?
It's all within.
Because it comes from within.
Because it comes from within. You're self-generating. You're not saying you don't need a jacket. You're saying you create the jacket. You don't need to beg for the jacket. That's what we're saying. We're not saying that you don't need a business, like you don't have things you want to do. You're saying that you create the business that you want as an experience, not create the business and hope it works out. Not create the business to start begging the business to work out. Well, I got to be in the right location. Well, I got to call 100 people. You're asking the business to be for you, and you created the business. What is the business supposed to do for you? We're not saying you don't need a business. You do need a business to express yourself. That's what you create. You don't need it like, you're just using, you created it. You needed it to express. You created something to express yourself. You didn't create it as a result of need. How could you need something you created? If you needed it, you couldn't have created it. So yes, when we say need a business, we're saying we're using a business to express ourselves. But if you're using a business to express yourself, shouldn't you express yourself as what?
Wealth?
Yes, but as what? Independence. As independent, I'm not like you. I'm not like him. I'm not like them. I'm not like that. I'm me. I'm me. Stop trying to be everybody else. Be you. Be you. But be you. Be the independent. I am the one that creates the heaven and the earth you. Not the little stupid you, the little afraid you, the little scared you. And then you try to put yourself out there and be like, yeah, I know you're not. No, be this one. Be the I am, the independent I am that creates the heaven and earth, that is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent, that knows everything. Why are you calling 100 people playing a numbers game and God is omniscient and knows who's going to know already? Who's going to say yes or not? Do you think God's going to call 100 people to guess and hope one works out? No, God's not playing a numbers game. This ain't Vegas. This ain't roulette. I am is omniscient. It knows everything. But you're only getting the amount of clients that physically represents your level of awareness. It ain't like there are not a lot of them. The Super Bowl is on. You just can't see it. You're not paying attention to it. You can't see it in the level of awareness you are. You're a 6-month-old baby. The TV's on. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's at the house. Everybody's eating chips and dip, drinking whatever they're drinking, hanging, laughing, talking. This whole experience is happening around the Super Bowl. And you think that's not happening? You think you don't have it? You think it's not here already? Everybody's here. You saying you don't have any money is like saying nobody's at the Super Bowl party. It's like you saying the Super Bowl's not on. No, what you're really saying is I'm 6 months old and I'm not aware of who I am enough to be aware of what's going on in my environment. So then I say it doesn't exist. But in the beginning, God is what? In the beginning, God is what?
Independence.
Independent.
Yeah, I understand it. Say it loud, say it proud, say it with your chest, say it with your back. Stand up straight, wake up. Because when you close this thing, you are independent, whether you realize it or not, whether you remember it or not. So you better remember it while you got some accountability partners here. This is where you get your shot. This is your one shining moment, like the NCAA tournament. This is the song. This is it, right? In the beginning, independence, independent. You're independent of the creations that you made. You made them to express yourself, not to be yourself. You made wealth to express because that's who you are. You didn't make it to be you. You made it because you're you. You made it to express the fact that you're you. So why are you chasing? You ever seen which animal? I don't know which one chases his tail. What is it, a dog or a cat? Which one is it?
Dog.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them. Okay, let's just say you chasing wealth is like a dog chasing his tail. Does anybody think that's same? Does anybody be like, I should do that too?
I'm crazy as hell.
Anybody see a dog doing it? You be like, you know what? Let's just go around. I'm gonna do it with him. Come on, Walter. Let's both do it. Anybody want to? No. So you chasing the things you create is like a dog chasing its tail. I am. Independence creates. You are independently wealthy. You're independently healthy. You're independently successful. You are the thing that makes that thing go. You're the one that created it and gives it life. It's an expression of you. It's something for you to express. All it takes is your awareness of being it. I am success. That now success, you're saying it's like getting into your car. I am going to the store. You get in your car, let's say. Now the car lights up. You animate the car and you move it as one piece. You are success. So in the beginning, independent. Independence creates. Your awareness creates. Your job doesn't create. Your friends don't create. Medicine doesn't create. That stuff doesn't create. Only awareness that created that thing to express itself. That is the creator. Your independence, you are independent of these things. You don't need them to be you. You use them as an expression of you. That's why you're independently wealthy. That's why you're independently successful. That is why. Okay, slide 2, please. All right. Then independence said, let us make mankind in our image and in our likeness. Awareness said, independence said, let us make mankind, male, female, the physical, the word made flesh. The word made flesh is made in the image and likeness of independence. So all of you, Ronette and Auntie Shay, all of us in the physical form, we are naturally what?
Independent.
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 You are independent of circumstances. You're independent of the economy. You're independent of COVID. You're independent of war. You're independent of tariffs. You're independent of fear you're independent of those things. You could only be using these things to express yourself. And you would only use those things as the expression of who you think you are in that moment. Independence said, let us make the physical, the word made flesh, Auntie Shaky, in our image and in our likeness. So Auntie Shaky is by nature was made independent. Dennis was made independent, to be independent of the physical circumstances. I see what that is, but that ain't me. I am me. Now, what do I want to express myself as? Well, I don't think this circumstance represents me, so I'm going to choose a different one. I'm going to choose a different experience. Broke don't represent me, so I'm going to choose wealth. I'm independent. Those things can't hold me. Those things can't touch me. Those things can't stop me from doing nothing. How do you know? What does it say next? So that they may rule. So independence made the word made flesh, our humanity, in its own image and likeness to be independent. And you are to be independent. The only reason you're independent, to be independent, gives you the ability to do what?
Rule.
I'm sorry?
Rule.
Yeah, everybody. Is it just 2 people here to do what?
Rule. I'm
Rule.
The rule.
rule.
Does anybody see the king or the queen chasing people down the street?
No.
So what you chasing money down the street for? What you chasing health for? What are you chasing security for? Love for? Peace for? Joy for? You're the king. You're the queen. You're supposed to be doing what?
Ruling.
And instead, what are most of us doing? Whining, crying, begging in your outfit. You still are the king and the queen, whether you're whining and crying, but you look like a dumb ass with your robe and that crown on, and you begging and crying. You look really stupid. You look dumb. You look like a fool.
Coach Lucky,
When-
cut it out. Cut it out.
What else do you want me to tell you? What else is there left? What do we say? If you take this step and this step and this step and this step and all these steps were right, you can't look up and end up in the wrong place, right? You're supposed to be ruling. Why? Because you're made in the image and likeness. What does that mean? I rule because I'm independent. I'm independent because I am as independent. And my awareness and my physical expression are one. So if I know who I am, then I am ruling, and I'm ruling because I'm independent. What does that mean? It means I am separate. I am not subject to any physical thing in this world. I only use all physical things in this world to express the fact that I'm independent. I'm independent, which means I get to choose. Don't all of us want to grow up and be independent so our parents can't tell us what to eat, can't tell us where to go? That's the one benefit of being independent. We get to start making some choices. Well, we need to start making some choices. What do I say? When you close this thing up, you need to go into the mirror and reintroduce yourself. Hey, I think I've made a mistake. I apologize. I didn't know who I was when I dressed you this morning in the mirror. But guess what? Your boy is back. Your girl is back. We have come back to reclaim our fame. My crown now is on here tight now. My coat is on, my sandals are on, my pinky ring is on, the staff is in my hand. I'm back. I'm not playing no games with you anymore. Circumstances, situations, conditions, all of you, come on in, have a seat, because we got to have a talk now. Because I'm back. The ruler is back, like Slick Rick. I'm back. The ruler is back. You want to get your little eye patch? Want to put some on? Do what you got to do, but the ruler is back. You are independent. That is your nature. You are not to be dictated to by the world, by circumstances and conditions and eczema and the COVID and the economy and the weather and tariffs. You are not to be dictated to. You are the dictator. You are the rule. How many, the king and the queen, are they walking out in the courtyard taking the peasants' advice?
Hell
Hey,
no.
what do you guys think? No, all they're doing is taking your money. That's it. Standing on your back, getting on their own horse. Clean this up. You're in charge. You are the ruler. You don't take advice from the economy. You don't take advice from the wind and the weather, all this shit you make. You don't take advice from them. You are the king. You are the queen. You are the ruler, and the ruler is independent. The ruler doesn't rely on anything outside of itself to be itself. It only uses everything outside of itself to express itself. I already know who I am, so I'm using this. I already know who I am, so I don't need to be that to be that. I am that, so I'm going to use that to express who I already am. I am the king. I am the queen. So you shut up. You come over here. You get up. Hey, bank, account, let's go. Rise up. This little stupid thing you doing, let's go. Get up. Wake up. Wake up. Let's go. Wake up. Wake up. If you want to go to this buffet, wake up. Otherwise, you'll be in this backyard cleaning up, and you'll be out here mopping, and you see 7 or 8 young boys mopping, somebody washing my mom's car, somebody vacuuming. It was a buffet or it was hell. We went to either heaven or hell after church. That's where heaven and hell was. If we acted right, it was heaven. If it's not, it was hell. It was hell. There wasn't not only no buffet, there wasn't nothing else after that either. You might have got a sip of water, and you better be close. You better be staggering. It better be looking like you're about to faint. It was just enough to keep going, not enough to go inside. That's what it was. That's what it is. You are the ruler. Last one. I think I have one or two more. Now, to Auntie Shakey's point, an independent said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Let there be a vault. And there was. let the water be under the sky, and it was so. How many times did God say that?
Once.
How many times did Independence say that?
Once.
How many times do you have to say it for it to be true?
Once.
How many times do you have to say it to be true?
One time.
Once.
So it is true
On the first time.
the first time.
It's either all or nothing.
It's either all or nothing. You either are or you're not. Now you can remind yourself how many, when you hear a song the first time and you liked it the first time. But sometimes you like it so much you want to hear it again. So there's nothing wrong with telling yourself, hey, no, I am what I said I am. There's nothing wrong with telling yourself again because you like to hear it. Now, you know what? Doesn't it feel good to say I'm rich? You've been saying you broke for so long. Doesn't it feel good to repeat I'm rich? You know what? I'm rich. Yeah, this is actually kind of good. I'm rich. Like, this is actually all right. It's true the first time you said it. But there's nothing wrong with repeating it to yourself because you like to hear it. But that ain't making it more real or more true. Know that you are heard the first time. Know that you said it the first time, that it only takes one time for it to be true. Because you are Independence. And Independence said, let there be light, and there was. And he separated the light from the darkness. Independence separates the physical world. Independence is in charge of all these things. You are independent. You separate wealth from poverty. You separate health from sickness. You separate light from dark. You separate success from failure. And there was, and there was, and there was. When you say it, it is, and there was, and there was. It is good. It is so. Verse 7, God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it, and it was so. When you say something, it is so. Does anybody see a committee on here? Anybody see a Democrat on here? A Republican on here? Anybody is there any voting going on? You know what I don't see? I don't see any accountability partner. I don't see a mentor on here. I don't see a cousin on here. I don't see anybody giving you validation. I don't see anybody giving you a hug. I don't see any spirit fingers. I don't see like any mood rings. I don't hear any weird noises. I don't see you having to face a certain way. I don't see any candles. I don't see any of that shit that you're ramping yourself up to do. Yeah, excuse my language. It's shit. You're wasting your time. You are who you are or you're not. I don't got time to play with you today because I got to be somewhere after this. I don't have time to make it fuzzy today. You are. You're made in the image and likeness, and it's showing you what you do. I am said. Well, who is I am? Dennis. So then what does this mean? Dennis said. What? What did Dennis say? Let there be, and there was. So whatever there was or is in your life, guess who said it?
Independence.
Independent.
So guess who said I'm broke?
Independent.
Independence.
Now, come on, everybody. Where'd everybody go?
Independent.
There you go. Come on. I don't want to have to call you up to the front of the congregation. Come on.
Independence.
Yes. Independent decided to express itself as broke. Who did that? Hello?
Independent.
Okay.
Independent.
So what does the economy got to do with it?
Nothing.
Well, they decided not to buy. Who decided that?
You did.
I did.
Yeah, who decided? Well, it's the
Independent.
economy. Who decided that?
Independent.
Oh,
Independent.
this is my allergies acting up. Who decided that?
Independent.
Independent.
Oh, I got to call somebody 100 times. Who decided that?
Independent.
Oh, they got to see me 7 times to build trust. Who decided that?
Independent.
No, I mean, I'm just telling. Okay, hey, I ain't mad at you because you get to decide your own stuff, right? Most of us on here are parents. If we asked every one of you, what time should your 8-year-old go to bed? Don't you think we get a bunch of different answers? Wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no shame in the game here. We are all parents making decisions. I am making decisions. So if you want to make the decision that your kid can go to bed at 10 o'clock, that's your kid. If you want to make the decision that you got to call 100 people, that's your kid. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. That does not make you bad, wrong, anything. But just understand it's your choice. That's all I'm saying. That God said, let there be light, and there was light. That was how many times?
One time.
So do you want to call 100 people to get a sale or one person to get a sale?
One
Just
person.
one.
Yeah. So you all should get a headband that says one time on it and
Come
walk
on.
around with that. One time.
One time.
One
That's
time,
it.
one time only.
One time. How many times you got to say it if you are who you are? How many
Oh.
times does God got to say something? What are we talking about here? Us, when we don't know who we are, got to say it 100 times because we don't know who we are. Well, how many times you got when you don't know what 2 + 2 is? Didn't we have to repeat it 100 times till we knew it? But we only repeated it that many times, right? Because we didn't know, right? We're only repeating this 100 times because we don't know, or like Auntie Shaky said, those voices come back to make you like the serpent in the garden. Did God really say? Did I am really say? Didn't you hear me? Well, yeah. Well, then shut up. Yes, that's what you heard. What I said. That's what I said. Yeah, I'm not a profane person. I do my best, but I want us to understand today that we're not on here mumbling 100 times. I am safe. I am safe. You are safe. God said, "Let there be light," and that to separate the light from the darkness. God would be, so everything on here, if we wrote it all the way down, we can't because it's a screenshot, but if we wrote it, God made everything. So what that God made would God be afraid of? Did you notice the serpent didn't come to God? It went to the people who, right. Serpent didn't ask God. Well, because God would be like, right. Well, then whatever's coming to you shouldn't be able to ask you either.
No. That's why.
Are you sure that you're a millionaire? See, I almost said something, but I'm not going to say it. Did you hear what I said? I heard what I said. I know what I said. And I know you know what I said. That's why you asking me. Because you just want to know if I meant it. Did it sound like I meant it? Are you looking in my eyes? Are you hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? I meant it, and you know I meant it. So you should go on and sit down, because I don't want to have to talk to you differently. Go on and sit your silly self down. Sit down. Knock it off. Go away, because I don't want to have to be something different. Because I'm not going to change my mind. Because if I go with you, I get what you got. And what? Now I'm kicked out of the garden and I got to work. I got to struggle. I had it on Easy Street. I had it good. And I decided to give it away listening to you. Well, yeah, we're not going to do that again. Do I have any more? I think I have one more, right? There you go. Just in case, before you get off, in case you know. You may say to yourself, my power and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. Oh, when you start winning, it gets good. And you think that you just think, oh, yeah. Your ego get in there and starts now it's on the bandwagon. Start convincing you that it was just you and all your brilliance. And the fact that you made 100 calls. And the fact that you made sure they saw you 7 times because you were outside their house when they woke up. You followed them to work. You were outside the parking lot when they went to lunch. You followed them home. Then you rang the door before they went to bed. And guess who was there bright and early when they woke up again? So that's 7. It should work now. Oh, just you may say to yourself, my power and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. But just in case, because I know we get excited when we start remembering who we are, but just in case we let our ego mind that now realizes they can't stop us and it can't trick us right now. So let's just see if I can get in through the side door. Just in case you decide to let your ego, human brain mind, start saying, well, yeah, I do got it. You start, licking your lips and start, like a teenager, you start smelling yourself real good. Like, hey, Pops, you see what I'm doing, right? See, I'm lifting these weights, right? You think you think you're cute and everything, think you're strong. Just in case you think that the power and strength of your hands produce this situation. But remember, means come back to your mind, like reattach to your awareness, the Lord your God. Remember that whatever you tell yourself is true is true. That's what got you here. That you started telling yourself who you were. You remembered the Lord your God. You remembered that you are independent. You remember that you are I am and I am only. You remembered that there is no other. So just like we pressed Suzanne earlier and nothing else came out, but what was in? Well, just that they don't let nothing outside. Don't let the strength, don't let the snake fool you. Don't let your ego mind think that you got to call 100 people now because that's the way it's got to be. Don't think that, oh, because I got a degree, it's going to work. Don't think because I done sent them some flowers, they going to buy for me. Don't let the power and the strength of your hands, just because that's where you expressed yourself or what you use to express yourself. If you look in your hand, it don't produce no wealth. Anybody ever seen a dollar bill come out of their hand? Anybody ever seen it? Anybody ever seen it come from, right, your epidermis or your dermis and come out the other way? Anybody? No. So it landed in your hand, right? So that means the power and the strength of your hands don't produce nothing. That is what your awareness uses to put it in your hand. Your job don't produce nothing. That's your awareness that's saying, okay, according to the level of your awareness, this is the way I can provide for you. If you raise your awareness, I can raise my ability to provide for you. You don't have to have a job. You don't have to work hard, but you do have to have a job and work hard if that's a level of your awareness. Because that's the only way your awareness can provide wealth for you, is to the extent that your awareness can handle it. It's like giving a 6-month-old a champagne glass. You wouldn't do it. They can't handle it. I am is your provider. It's your only provider. It's your only source. We've looked through these 3 things. Has anybody seen anybody else but God in here? In the art of creation, has there been any other co-creator? Has there been any? Right. So then who are you looking for now if it ain't you? I am is the only creator. Why do you keep looking for a co-creator? Why do you keep looking for a job to do it? Meaning to provide for you. We all do things. I'm not saying don't have a job, obviously. What I'm saying is that everything in your awareness uses all the physical things to provide for you at the level of your awareness. And if you want more money or you want a better job, you have to raise your level of awareness because it's providing for you at the level of awareness. The baby has to get older to give them that cup, right? To know the Super Bowl is on, right? It's not being withheld. You just can't give it to it. It can't hold it. You love your kids. You don't give them a car at 10. They can't handle it. So you don't give it to them. It's not that the car doesn't exist. It's not that your ability to provide doesn't exist. It's that you don't give them something because they're the one that has to manage it, right? They're the one that has to do it. Same thing. You remember, you keep in mind the Lord your God, your awareness that you are independent. You are independently wealthy. For what does it say? For it is your independence who gives you the ability to produce wealth. Your independence, your I amness gives you the ability to produce wealth. So the ability to produce wealth comes from independence, comes from your I amness. In the beginning, God. That is, God gives you the ability. So who has the ability? God. Who is that? I am. Who is that? Consciousness. Who is that? My independence. Independence gives you the ability to produce wealth. It's not your phone calls. It's not your job. It's not your boss. It's not the economy. It's not where your lemonade stand is strategically located. It's not how many people you stalked to buy. It's not how many times you put yourself around them 7 times and spun around in a circle and got a restraining order put on yourself because you're so committed and dedicated to them buying from you that now they have to restrain you. You are independent of them. You don't need them to be you. You are you, but you need them when you don't know you. A baby in its immaturity, when it doesn't know who it is, it needs parents to pick it up, change the diaper. But as we mature, don't we need less from our parents? We need less. It's mature. It doesn't mean that they did the job they needed to do when we needed them to do it. But the whole goal of their job was to grow us up so that we don't need them that way. So that we can express the same independence that they express, right? Well, we have to grow up to show or to express the same level of independence that we are since the beginning of time. Father, return to me the glory I had with you before the world was. You've already been. You've always been. We just wiped our memory to have the human experience we're having to believe it's real. But now we are coming back to reclaim our fame. We are here to reintroduce ourselves. Your girl is back. Your boy is back. Mitches, I'm back. I'm not playing with you anymore. I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm not negotiating with you anymore. I'm not explaining to you anymore. Wealth, get your up and get to work now, today. There ain't no, you've had a break. You've been on vacation for a long time because I've been rolling with broke for a minute. So you know what? I've relieved them of their duty. Wealth, you've had it good. You ain't had to do nothing. Now it's time to get to work. I'll let you know when you off. Just consider yourself 24/7, 365 until further notice. Yeah, and guess what? I'm the union. There ain't no other. There ain't nowhere else to go. There ain't nowhere else to complain to. I'm it. Get to work. Health, you go with them. Success, you go with them. Prosperity, don't try to hide. I already saw you. Come on out the closet. Abundance, get up out from under the bed. All you get to work. Everybody get up. Come on in, sit down, get to work. It's what it is. I'm not asking you. I'm not begging you. I am telling you that this is the way it is now. I am independent. You are dependent. You need me. I don't need you. You need me. What's money? What's a dollar going to do on the table if you don't spend it? What's it going to do?
Absolutely.
What's that car going to do if you don't get in it? So who do you think needs who here? What's wealth going to do if you don't express it? What's success going to be if you don't get in it? What is health going to be if you don't say that's what I am? Nothing. You don't need it. It needs you. What is favor going to do without you? What is a prosperity and abundance going to be without you? It needs you. You don't need it. You tell everybody, get up. My mom used to walk by. We used to close the door on Sunday and hope she didn't. Hell, sometimes we probably hope she didn't wake up. It was anything to get out of church. You know what? If she goes to that long ride, it's okay. It was all love. Just anything. Please don't wake up. Then when she woke up, it was like a serial killer. You could see under the door. You see the footsteps. You hear the footsteps on the carpet, and she walked by. Get up. It's like, oh, that's because you moved. I told you don't move. I didn't move. I just breathe. Well, stop breathing then. Damn, you messed up everything. We would hope she forget somehow everything. It's like a serial. Get up. The second time she walked back by, don't make me tell you again. It was like, oh shit, that's the real call. We gotta go, y'all. That's how you talk to your money. Get up. Get up. All this laying down shit you doing, get up. Prosperity up, health up, wealth up, favor up now. Not tomorrow, not when you finish your drink. You've had enough to drink. That's enough. You've had enough to eat, drink, get up. I'll let you know when you're off, and it's gonna be a while. So yeah, I'm gonna let you, yeah. And I'm gonna send you some over. I'm gonna send you to my kids' house so they can experience wealth. I'm gonna send you to this person's house. So yeah, everybody, get up. The free ride is up. You are I am with all this stuff in you, and you letting all these things ride free. You eating and you feeding all the prosperity and abundance. They ain't doing shit for you. They ain't doing nothing for you. Wake them up, put them to work. Everybody get up. It's time now. Independence is here. I'm here. I'm him, I'm her, and I know. Get up. Everybody up now. I'm not about sitting here. I'm not asking you 100 times. So I'm not asking these people outside of me 100 times. You want to buy something? It's me again. Hey, I just want to see if you were still. What? What do you mean? What? No. If I'm selling, they buying. Period. What do you mean? The first time. I'm going to see you next time. What do you mean? You ain't gonna see me next time. You see me this time. I'm here right now. But guess what? I'm having this conversation within me. I ain't talking to them. I'm talking to me. I've already showed up and sold out. I sold out before I arrived. All I'm doing is taking the stuff out the truck. I've already sold out. I've already sold out. This ain't happening. This has happened. I'm only showing up because it happened. I'm not showing up for this to happen. Has anybody ever gone to the movie theater and hoped the movie came on? Hope the movie was real? Didn't you go because you already know the movie's real?
Right.
That's why you show up, because you already know you sold out. You ain't going, man, I sure hope this movie come on. You know how stupid you would look? Well, that's how stupid you look when you, I sure hope I show up and I hope somebody buy. That is silly. No. Why do you believe a movie's gonna come on, but you don't believe you sold out? Why do you believe a movie that you weren't even in, didn't produce, don't have nothing to do with? And you sit there, you done spent your money, popcorn, spent your time, brought your kids, your significant other, for something you don't even know the movie's gonna come on the screen. And you done spent $100 before that. Right? You didn't spend $100. You got 2 seats, popcorn, food, tickets before the thing even come on. But you sit there like, there's no doubt in your mind that thing gonna come on, right? So why is there any doubt in your mind that this is sold out before you get? I'm only getting in the truck because it's sold out. If I gotta sell it, I ain't going. It's sold out before I get there. I'm going to drop this shit. Oh, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go, and I'm gone. I'm done before 12. However long it takes for me to get this out the truck is how long I'm here. So go guess what? So you know what that means? That means when you have a business, people show up. If you open at 10, they there at 9:30 because they know it's sold out by 11. You ain't got to stay there 10 to 6. If you sold out everything in your store, would you still stay there? If you had a coffee shop, no, let's just say you sold lotion and your whole store was full of lotion. If you sold out of all your lotion in an hour, you opened the store at 10, lotion sold out at 11, and you don't have any more lotion that day, are you going to stay there until 6? I mean, you tell me. You're an entrepreneur.
At 11:15.
So then, how long does it take for you to sell out of what you have? How long does that take? How long is independence decided? Has independence decided, or are you letting the customer decide? Well, ain't nobody here yet. Well, I sure hope they get here. Well, then you're not independent, and you're right back where you were, and you suck, and life is gonna suck. Let's just call it what it is. Like I said, I ain't got time to play with you guys today. I got places to be, and it's hot, and I ain't got time. How long does it take to sell out? You're independent. So as a result of being independent, you have your own idea of something. So I have an idea of I got places to be. So sold out, where are you at? Get up, let's go. 11:15, man, I thought you were open till 6. I am, but since everything is gone, what am I gonna stay here? What, you wanna talk? You wanna talk about the lotion that ain't here? Then you better come back tomorrow. You know what that'll do? That'll get people start showing up to your stuff on time. That'll get people start showing up to your, so you won't be sitting here waiting for people to come on when you have a Zoom. Well, let's just wait for people to come in here. Have you noticed I don't wait for you if you ain't here on time? I'm not waiting for you. But you learn to get your butt here on time, though, don't you? Because you know if you come at 7:01, the train is already smoking. So if you want to chase it down the track like Tom Cruise, if you want to, but this train ain't waiting for you. It ain't waiting for you. I'm independent. I don't need you. You're independent. You don't need me. You are independent. You are a success. You are it. Sell it all your stuff and go home. You don't get no money for overtime. You ain't doing nothing. Sell out at 11 o'clock and go home. Well, girl, I thought you went to work. I did. Well, why are you back? Because I sold out. Already? Yeah. What's wrong with already? Why don't you adopt that? Already. Girl, you sold out already? Yep. It's only 11 o'clock. Why don't you adopt that? By 11. Already. Sold out. Of course. What you thought? What it's supposed to be? Don't you know me? Have you forgot? Do I need to introduce myself or reintroduce myself? What you thought I was going? Oh, you thought I was going? Why would I be there all day like everybody else? Then why don't I just be like everybody else? What's the point of showing up here? If I don't have to stay till 6, then why am I staying till 6? If I sell out at 11, isn't that the whole point? So then if I ain't got nothing else to sell, guess what? Your boy is out. I'm gone. But everybody will be there. They'll be there every day at your business will be Black Friday. They'll be lined up. Because they know if I don't get there now, there ain't no later. There ain't no tomorrow. There ain't no 10:30-ish. It's gone. They packing up at 10:30. They done started the car up. That's what it should be for you. That's the way, that's how independence rolls. All right. Questions, comments, anything else before I cut you off? Get me upset. Already upset.
Somebody get this man some water. Get him a towel. Give him something.
That's it.
Give him a
Lay
coat.
my phone on.
Need a fan. Somebody
That's
give him
it.
a fan.
Man, that's it.
My God. Lecture
Coach,
plate.
Coach Lucky,
That's it.
this was a different type of vulnerable side of you today. This was a different, version of you that most of us haven't experienced. Some of us have, but most of us haven't. But I just have to thank you for going through your experiences in life and understanding, because we all come from similar backgrounds. We go to church, we get beat by our parents into submission, all the things. And the way that you transformed how you process, that is admirable. Every week you come through and just deliver. This was another week. All the new people who came on this call today, I invited more people and others invited more people to come and join this call. This was a phenomenal call, especially for newbies to just kind of get a taste of, how Coach Lucky operates. Vero, thank you every week. Coach Lucky, thank you. This was phenomenal. I'm excited to apply this information immediately. I'm excited. Thank you.
That's right. Immediately. Key word. Thank you. Thank you for always coming. It's always good to see you.
I'm ducking and dodging and bobbing and weaving right now. I just feel like the hits kept on coming and coming and coming. But sometimes that's how you gotta bring it in order for it to be like yo, what you been doing all this time? You've been playing, you've been in the corner talking to the your coach, but you ain't getting out here swinging. Get out here and swing. Let the health know what you want. Let the wealth know what you want. The kids, whomever, family, husband, whatever, wife, say what you want inside, because we're independently, as Mr. Webster said, independently, all of those things, and it's done within, and then it'll show up without. So, this was one of them ones you'd be like, thanks, Coach.
Yes. Thank you. That's right. In.
Coach, the head and the chest are tight right now.
Oh no, Fred Sanford is back. Fred Sanford, that's her and I think. This is Fred Sanford. It's the big one every time. Every call we have, the big one.
I gotta go let the brain stretch some more. So
where's the ball at?
It's in the office.
Oh, see, you got caught slipping. You got caught slipping. See?
I keep stretching like this because my chest needs to be stretched wider. It's like, whoo, yep, ready, executing immediately, like everyone else said.
Yes. Wonderful. All right, anybody else? Because I'm gonna pack up the truck.
Listen, no, you gotta go. So
Yeah, I'm packing. Anybody else?
I'm ready to do the clock thing, but I just need a Inga.
That's it.
We have received it. It is ours. Independently wealthy, healthy, and prosperous. Y'all, let's get it.
If you guys want to know what this means, you gotta get in the youth circle. Otherwise, you're gonna stay wondering.
Said I've been practicing.
No crumbs left.
Girl, I'm glad that you brought up the youth circle, because Coach Lucky says this all the time, that this is game time. And what we had on yesterday was practice, and Tuesdays practice. Our one-on-ones is practice, getting us ready for the game. And I know that a lot of us that are in the youth circle, we still sit here and we're like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? It hits us so different, even with what we get during the week. It just takes that execution, what do you say? Like the hearing to execution gets that much smaller, because we get to hear it consistently. But Coach Lucky, I really don't have anything else to say. I just want to encourage everybody to join the youth circle, because I said this yesterday in class, that can you imagine what a world would look like when our kids have this understanding, when our grandkids have this understanding, and they're sitting in a classroom where their teacher has this understanding. The students in the class has this understanding, but at first, it takes us to be able to understand that, and people see us ruling. People see us ruling. So I just want to share.
And it does hit different, guys, because there are things that just from your one-on-ones, from your conversations, where you can just immediately take action more times in the week. Even from the group session, you have, Saturdays are great. Do not get me wrong, but this times 3 to 4 times a week, depending on what week I feel more at peace, and I notice just little things that have really changed and shifted in myself, just because it's like I have it, and there's no reason for me to doubt anything. Emails come that needs to be addressed, and it's like, just do it, and it's done. And just because someone tried to say something, that doesn't mean nope. This is what's going to happen, because I am. It's mine. You claim. So that has helped me with the multiple meetings. And when I say I'm tuned in, I'm tuned in. I tell everybody no. Like sometimes I do have to be in a car, but baby, do not call me. Or if you call me, all right, I call you back. I might not even pick up. Actually, I don't pick up. I'll text. I'm in a meeting. Like I'm on my call, because I'm getting every ounce of this, because it's for me. It's for me. I'm excited about the growth and the changes. That's why my head should be tight and it's getting big, and my chest be tight, because I'm expanding. I'm expanding.
Yeah, my own personal Fred Sanford. Every oh man, all of our calls. Wonderful.
Rubbing that chest every time.
It's awesome.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you, Inga, and Auntie Shaky kind of giving that plug about the youth circle, because it's it's something that Lucky and I are committed to do. We show up every week. He's always researching and looking at things and just finding more ways to give the message. And when we hear you all speak about the youth circle like that, that's really that's really the currency, right? That's really what I can't think of how you say it. That's really what's given us like the payment, if that makes sense. I'm trying to figure out the words and I can't right now. But I'm extremely grateful for every single one of you. And just quick quick plug is we did also create different tiers. So if you need to start at a lower tier until you can, we have that available now, where you meet once a week one-on-ones, but you still get access to the group calls, which are super powerful. A bi-weekly option and then the monthly option. So just throwing that out there. Alexis, I did see your hand.
Yeah, when you were sharing, what popped into my head was like, immersion schools, like Spanish immersion school, and you're just like, everybody's just talking in that language and you have no choice but to pick it up. That's what the youth circle is. We have our group chat, we have, our one-on-ones, our group calls, like all of it is like an immersion of like, you're scrolling on TikTok and looking at that, and I'm scrolling on TikTok and I'm looking at this, because my algorithm has changed, right? Like my YouTube looks different. My conversations sound different, because I'm just completely immersed and I am. And so that just popped in my head. Like we're in like a I am immersion school.
Yeah. I like that. That was good. I like
That was
that.
really good. That was really good.
I like that. That is true. It is really cool.
Change your algorithm.
That is really cool.
On an email.
Yeah, there's a goal. Wonderful.
Awesome.
Good. Well, happy Saturday, everyone. And thank you all for coming. We practice, go out there and play, take as much of today that you can digest and apply it. Be a doer, not a hearer only. That's how you will see your independence. You'll see. You will see. Oh, taste and see. So it'll be wonderful. So have a great Saturday. One more. Walter, finish us off with anyone you want.
I am independently wealthy because I generate and create wealth from within, and I do not depend on external resources.
Right? Everything is self-generated. Wealth, health, happiness, success, joy, peace, all of it is self-generated, right? It's all you. So happy Saturday. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for inviting people. Feel free to do that as well. Happy Saturday again. Have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, and see you next week. Thanks, everybody.